While pro wrestling isn't an easy business to get into, it can be lucrative if you play your cards right and find yourself in the WWE, because the superstars are on the road for most of the year, and with a work-demanding schedule, the harder you work, the greater the reward. Saying that, stardom often changes people. While the superstars might not have the time to stay in touch with people they used to be good friends with, it could also lead to strained relationships and broken marriages. It is often seen that the male and female talent that travel together will start dating, as it's obviously easier to be in a relationship with someone that you're actually in close proximity to. My name is John, and in this video we take a look at 10 wrestlers who left their spouses after becoming famous. One of the stars of Total Divas, and now has her own spin-off show along with their sister, Nikki Bella, has been one of the major stars for the past few years. She's also a former WWE Divas champion and was involved in some major storylines, including being proposed to at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. Before dating John Cena, Nikki briefly dated Dolph Ziggler. However, very few people would be aware of the fact that Nikki was married before she got into the WWE. Nikki married her high school sweetheart when she was only 20, and the couple went their separate ways just 3 years later, which was also around the time that Nikki and Bray were hired by WWE. While it could just be a coincidence, Nikki and Bray's twin magic worked wonders in the company, with both sisters getting a lot of airtime and getting hitched to two of the most successful superstars of this generation. Booker T saw his stock increase in World Championship Wrestling towards the end, when it was obvious that the company was going through a rough phase and most of the major stars decided to abandon the sinking ship. One of the major changes the WCW management thought could revive the company was to put their faith in the young, unproven WCW talent. Booker, who teamed with his brother Stevie Ray for the majority of his career in WCW as one half of Harlem Heat, was chosen as one of the new faces to hopefully lead the company into a new era. From 2000 to 2001, when the company eventually would fold, Booker won the WCW World title 4 times while also winning the US Championship during the same period. It was also at this time that Booker started to have marital problems. Booker's divorce for his May 1996 marriage after 5 years was finalized in 2001. And in 2005, Booker would go on to marry Sharmell, who appeared on WWE programming alongside The King. Frivolity and promiscuity were two of the main tenets Ric Flair lived by when he enjoyed his rise to fame many years ago. The Nature Boy made it a point to let the fans know that the ride to Space Mountain had very few rules, and bragged about being with over 10,000 women, a ridiculous number, but considering Flair spent about 4 decades in the wrestling biz, you wouldn't put it past him to at least have a go at it. Flair has been divorced 4 times, with his first marriage to Leslie Goodman taking place in 1971, and it was during his first marriage that Flair rose through the ranks and was given the moniker of the Nature Boy. And in 1981, Flair won the NWA World Heavyweight title for the first time and became the marquee name in NWA, competing all over the world, while also being hailed by many as the world's greatest pro wrestler. Flair divorced his first wife in 1983 and married his second wife within the same year. Rick is currently dating Wendy Barlow, and one feels that it is only a matter of time before Flair ties the knot once again, making him, as Booker T would have said, a 5-time husband. It's clear that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and you really don't need to look any further than WWE's resident queen, Charlotte Flair, for proof. Charlotte reminds the fans of her father in the way she talks, moves, and competes in the ring. As it turns out, the similarities don't just end there, as Charlotte has apparently taken life lessons from her father as well. She was married twice previously. Her first marriage ended because of domestic violence, and she then married Bram, who worked for Impact Wrestling from 2014 to 2017. In 2015, when Charlotte was brought to the main roster as part of the Women's Revolution angle, the relationship between her and Bram started to deteriorate. Charlotte would go on to win the Divas title for the first time in September of 2015, and by next month she had filed for divorce. However, fame might not have been the only reason why Charlotte decided to part ways with Bram. 2 months before the couple separated, he was involved in an altercation with a woman who claimed to be his girlfriend. Bram would be slapped with 2 felony charges, and Charlotte would soon end their marriage. Michelle McCool went from playing the role of a teacher on screen to winning the WWE Women's Championship and Divas Championship on 4 different occasions in the company. While the former WWE Superstar ascended the ranks quite quickly, there was talk backstage that their push came at a time when she started dating WWE legend The Undertaker. Initially, McCool married her high school sweetheart, and when she was brought up to the main roster, the couple went their separate ways in 2006. While the breakup could have been due to the fact that Michelle would be on the road for over 200 days a year, it would be weird for high school sweethearts to give up on their marriage only because of the distance. Bray Wyatt hasn't had much luck on the main roster, and while he may have won the WWE title last year, not many would have even remembered his run as champion. However, things could have been much worse for the Eater of Worlds in the promotion. Wyatt was initially known to the fans as Husky Harris, and while the character wasn't something the creative or the superstar himself would have been proud of, he had his ex-wife Samantha supporting him through the thick and thin. The couple had 2 kids together, and just when Wyatt started making a name for himself in the company, their relationship hit a rough patch. Wyatt reportedly started spending less time with her and the kids, and it was later revealed that he was having an affair with WWE talent JoJo. Samantha aired their dirty laundry online for the world to see, and the two separated last year. Wyatt has been dating JoJo since, and it's often said not even the best of men can resist the temptation of fame and fortune. Back in the 90s, there was arguably no other star who carried a bad rep in the WWE locker room quite like HBK Shawn Michaels. From politicking his way to the top, to living a very pleasure-seeking lifestyle that might even put Charlie Sheen to shame. Shawn Michaels was the bad boy of pro wrestling, to say the least, but before he had one-night stands with the likes of Sonny, Shawn was married to his first wife, Teresa Wood. They both tied the knot when WWE rehired the Rockers in 1988, and with Michaels climbing the proverbial ladder over the next few years, the allure of fame and money was too much to ignore for Shawn. The couple parted ways in '94, which was around the time when Michaels had confirmed his status as a top singles performer in the company, and Shawn would marry his second and current wife 5 years later after becoming a born-again Christian in 2002. While Vince McMahon and the Ultimate Warrior had their differences in the 90s, the company has decided to honor the memory of Warrior by giving away the Warrior Award every year during the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Dana Warrior is often seen on TV, making her a familiar face to the universe. However, Dana wasn't Warrior's first wife. Warrior was married to Sherry Lynn Tyree for 9 years, with the couple filing for divorce in '91. Warrior became a household name in the late 80s and early 90s, facing Hulk Hogan in a monumental match at WrestleMania 6, which was supposed to be the biggest match of his career and make him the new face of the company. Warrior and Vince had a very public falling out in '92, leading to Warrior leaving the company. While the Ultimate Warrior's time at the top of the wrestling world was relatively short-lived, he achieved superstardom during his run as a main eventer in the WWE. While he is portrayed as the beacon of righteousness in WWE, even he isn't exempt from succumbing to his vices. John Cena, being the flag bearer of WWE in 2005 and for the next decade, carried the company on his shoulders. During his time, Cena married his high school sweetheart Elizabeth Huberdeau. However, unlike happy endings were often seen on WWE programming, their story ended with accusations of extramarital affairs. Cena married Elizabeth in 2009, but it was later revealed that John had cheated on Elizabeth numerous times while on the road with WWE crew. Cena and Elizabeth parted ways just 3 years later, and John started dating Nikki Bella. Cena and Nikki got engaged at WrestleMania 33, and by the looks of it are a better fit, considering they both work for WWE and have achieved stardom in the industry. Steve Austin is arguably the most famous pro wrestler in the history of the industry. Austin spearheaded the Attitude Era in the late 90s and took the WWE to greater heights. While the fans know about Austin and Deborah's marriage, with both of them appearing together on screen at the turn of the new millennium, Austin's first marriage was to his high school girlfriend Catherine Burris in 1990. Austin and Catherine were married from 90 to 92, which was when Austin started making some noise in WCW. It was also alleged that he had had an affair with Lady Blossom during this period, leading to Austin and Catherine filing for divorce. Austin married Blossom a year later, and their marriage lasted until '99, which was when Austin started dating Deborah in WWE. And these were 10 instances of superstars leaving their spouses after becoming famous. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub, and I will see you later with more wrestling videos.